then only we can say that good governance is existing in higher education institute.
Absolutely.
Then to realize this good governance in higher education, actually the leaders functioning, what type of functioning will be needed to perform by the leaders, sir?
It's again going to be very different than what today we are looking at.
Yes.
Okay, because these leaders have to nurture and mentor the various people, those who are working with them, and the concept of the fairly flat administration may not completely be possible in the university structure, but we will have to start bringing in as much as possible.
Yes.
We will have to give the important role to our teachers and make sure that these teachers get all the help for improving their teaching ability, their subject knowledge on one hand, and to carry out the research on the other hand.
Yeah.
In short, in fact, our administrators and the leaders have to all the time keep in mind and in their actions that human resources are the most important or the most valuable resource for any higher education institute.
True.
And therefore, how to retain them, how to see that their status keeps really going up and up in the ladder,
Yeah.
in terms of knowledge generation, in terms of knowledge distribution, and in terms of also looking at how this has to be distributed.
Also, sir, the leaders has to act regarding the excellent governance with the framework of the regularities. So, these regularities, wherever the regularities are supporting them, then they follow it. But wherever the regularities, actually just now you said that they have to change. So, in that sense, actually how the leader has to act.
Yeah, see, today what is happening in India is that we have too many regulators.
Yes, that's true.
Which are really not allowing the institutions to move towards the excellence, because everyone is treated at the same level.
Yeah.
Which means if there is a horse, we also try to bring him at the mule level rather than taking the mule at the horse level.
So,
Because most of
performance not get the opportunity to perform.
Yes, because our regulators work in that fashion. The second thing that we will have to really look at is that how these regulations are such as to enhance the performance.
Yeah.
If you look at the Western world, and particularly the country like US, with which I am a little more familiar than the European education system, I see that there is no such thing as University Grants Commission or AICTE, or for that matter various councils and all that, which rigidly try and say you do this, you do that, you do that. No, there is a freedom for each university.
Autonomy, really.
And in a true sense, autonomy is there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the money comes to those universities on the basis of how their students perform at the national level.
Yeah.
What sort of students are you taking as an input
Yeah.
in your university, how much diversity you are using, keeping it, and so on.
Yeah.
In our country, we are not yet anywhere close to that.
Yes.
In fact, Savitribai Phule Pune University is probably one of the rare examples where we are trying to bring in the diversity by getting large number of international students. And I remember the years 2001 to 2006, where the number of international students we increased considerably from nearly 350 to 2,500 students every year, and from nearly 15 to 16 countries to 85 countries, where the students were coming from these different 85 countries to this university.
Yeah, the
I of
foreign
course don't
student.
know current
This
status.
university was a destiny for the foreign students at that time. See, this was due to only the changes in the governance, welcoming the students and changing the attitude of the administrations, how to welcome them, what are the problems there, insurance facilities and all these things. So, for this purpose also, so to raise or to uplift the any institute, the vision plays a very important role. Just now in discussion you told.
Yes.
So, the vision as a totality, vision as a short term, vision as a long term go to achieve the goals. What you feel that the leader, when he will act or she will act as a taking this institute toward the excellence, this goals how to be set and how to realize I realize it as a tangibly vision is practiced, we can say that when the institute really moves towards the excellence.
See, the naturally anything that we do in a higher education institute and particularly in a university, it should not be done by one single person. Though one single
That's true.
person might be at a little better in the hierarchical level, but it has to be a collective wisdom.
Yeah.
So, this has to be done through lot of discussions and brainstorming. Through that, where because no one single person is knowledgeable enough about every subject that is being taught and researched in the university. No single person understands fully what are the changes which are taking place and which might occur in next 5 to 10 years.
That's true.
So, that is where we have to make sure that this whole system, while preparing that, gets continuously feedback from students, from their parents, from the stakeholders like industry who absorbs them, from our own teachers and even from the non-teaching staff.
Yes.
With these feedbacks, then we have to then change and modify the goals and objectives.
Yes, sir.
We have to modify our methods and approaches to achieve those goals and objectives. We have to upgrade our infrastructure. We have to bring in those new technologies or upgrade the technologies which are there.
That means leader has to always keep on high from where the feedback is coming, according to that modify the governance, modify the facilities and available them for the researcher, available them for the students and all these things.
Absolutely.
Sir,
Because
the aspect of higher education, we say the teaching, extension and research. So, to promote the research in any higher education institute, actually the leader has to act very promptly.
yes,
So, what that promptly means?
I will not use the word prompt, I will use the word time bound.
That's true, sir.
Okay? Because prompt is a very qualitative word. What is prompt to you may not be prompt to someone else.
Yes, it is a person to person. It is
Yes,
different.
I remember when I used to work in the Pune University as the Vice Chancellor, I had put on me certain types of conditions that I must clear the file
Yeah,
within 24 hours.
that we
whatever.
experience, sir, here.
Within 24 hours.
Yes.
I thought that I am prompt, but my some teacher colleagues thought that I am not that prompt because they want it in few minutes. I have not
Oh, oh.
satisfied them. So that is why I am saying that the promptness is a phenomena that can be considered as true qualitative. But if once we decide that
Yes.
time bound actions, then the thing will start moving. That is number one. Number two, as I said again, that in order to carry out the research, we must respect our own colleagues.
Yeah. To carry out a high quality research.
Yes, and they should be given then, once you have chosen them in the university or institute, necessary freedom to carry out that research. At the same time, if they have used that freedom in a wrong way, there has to be again, as you said, prompt, or as I said, the time bound, the action should be taken which should be exemplary.
Yes.
For example, now only this country is talking about plagiarism as should be almost thought as a crime.
Yes, sir.
But this university has always put that at the highest level. I still remember when Professor Gupta was the Vice Chancellor, there were some papers which were plagiarized, and two of the professors were sent out of the office who were even heading the department. So that sort of exemplary actions make the whole institution then move towards excellence.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay? And the research quality then changes drastically in that fashion.
Yeah.
The innovations that you do, they should get the proper again IPR, intellectual property right, in the patents or copyrights. And when you are going then to the industry and working with them, those should be then getting converted, those IPRs, into the money.
That means the excelling any institute to any higher education institute, along with all these things, innovative practices or innovation in that institute is a very important.
Absolutely.
And the leader has to pay attention towards how the innovation is a one of the feature of that institute.
It has to build into the system.
Yeah.
The system should be developed in that fashion. It has to be built in.
Yeah.
And then that will happen. If it is only dependent on one single person, it will not happen.
Yeah.
In fact, this takes me towards, from these whole innovation, from this proper type of governance, can we reach towards the excellence is what normally people ask.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I say, yes. In fact, once you have a proper leadership and a proper governance system, moving towards excellence is very simple.
Yeah.
Because what then the system does is tries every one of the person, those who are associated or in the higher education institute, push them to achieve the excellence in that fashion.
Yeah.
And why that? Because I personally believe, and as you are a student of education and the professor there, you will realize that it is a human need to be excellent.
Yeah.
It is the model that was developed by Maslow's hierarchical need theory, if I am not wrong.
Oh, that's true, sir.
Where he has divided into the 5 levels and say the most lower level is the physiological.
Human beings needs.
Yes.
Needs levels has been Maslow had hierarchically put it.
Yes, he said that the first level is the physiological need, that is you have to have food, shelter and clothing.
Yes.
Once this is satisfied, then only you start talking about safety needs, where you want to be safe from wild animals, you want to be safe from burglars, you want to be safe from everyone.
Yeah.
Once your safety needs are satisfied, then you start thinking about and moving towards the need for love and belonging. You want then the affection from your family members, you want to be to have affection from your friends and so on. When all these 3 needs are satisfied, then those people start asking, I should have some self-esteem.
Yeah.
I should have some social recognition.
Yes, popularity,
And
name
so,
in the society.
so therefore, you start looking for a position, you start looking for this. And you start therefore moving, trying to get more and more money, because you feel through that you will get a status in the society. But in the process, sometimes and most of the time, you forget that there is also a last level, which is a self-actualization.
Yeah,
This achieving it in true sense the fulfillment
yeah,
is what you will move then to the highest excellence state. Now, what one can see is this is all physical needs,
yeah,
psychological needs
yeah,
of the person.
yeah,
So, in general, human being a highly evolved animal, it has to, by definition, move towards this highest levels of excellence slowly.
excellence. And
Only thing is we need to channelize them.
yes,
Okay? Now, what happens is, it's very interesting that one has to work hard
yeah,
for this.
yeah, because you should have something with you to recognize by the community.
Absolutely. So,
They
you
will
need to
know.
work hard.
Yes,
Now, today what is happening is, since everything is getting so easy, everyone wants to be laid back. And everyone says, okay, somebody else will work.
then these leaders also has to take a lot of efforts. Why should people accept you as a leader?
Correct.
So for that purpose, after one by one, as Maslow said, you have to cross or achieve a one by one hierarchical stage, and when you reach to self actualization, then we feel that you are reached at the higher level.
Absolutely. So, the same type of thing, because if you don't reach towards the excellence as an individual one, the organization cannot reach to the
Yes.
level of excellence.
Yes.
Okay? And if every member tries to become something like laid down type of approach, then the things will start falling apart
Yes, yes.
and the whole world is going to collapse.